Apple's Wonderlust event is now official for the 12th of September 2023. And you know what that means? New iPhones and more. And as a self-proclaimed Samsung and Android fanboy, this might be the first time in a long while I'm actually excited for an iPhone, because if rumors are true, we should be getting not just an iPhone 15 Pro, but finally an iPhone 15 Ultra. Ooh, it seems like they are finally catching up and actually trying. These are my top reasons why I'm hyped for the iPhone 15 Ultra and 15 Pro. The number one reason why finally the iPhone 15 Pro, and more in the case of the 15 Ultra, is going to be a big deal is the rumored camera upgrades. Whether it's still actually going to be called the 15 Ultra or the 15 Pro Max is still up in the air, but rumors point more to an Ultra name because the camera upgrades are said to be more on the bigger flagship iPhone this time around. What's the upgrade? A new zoom experience with a 6x periscope lens and potentially a new main camera with a 1/1.14 inch sensor. Man, that's a lot. Now, that new main sensor is still up in the air, as some rumors are saying this is actually gonna come on next year's iPhone 16 series. And as for the zoom though, the 6x is definitely looking like a sure thing, and boy, I'm hyped for that. Now, to manage expectations, especially as someone that uses the Galaxy S23 Ultra, which mind you has two dedicated zoom lenses at 3x and 10x, having just a single 6x zoom lens seems like nothing compared to what Samsung have been doing since the Galaxy S20 Ultra. But in the case of Apple, this is a big upgrade and sees Apple finally taking zoom seriously, and Lord knows what other surprises we will get when it comes to the camera hardware, software, and features. Next is the specs and the performance, and my bias towards Android as a platform and software experience that actually allows you to use more of your specs and performance your device offers aside for a moment. Apple does not play when it comes to raw performance, especially when it comes to performance to efficiency. Both the iPhone 15 Ultra and Pro should be getting the first true 3nm chipset to power a mobile device, the Apple A17 Bionic, and a base storage that now starts at 256GB. Now, rumors still state 6GB of LPDDR5 RAM, but I really hope, at least on an Ultra, Apple increases to 8GB, as in my experience, RAM management on an iPhone can be more of a miss than a hit. That being said, new performance on the A17 on the GPU and the CPU side is definitely welcome, and for sure, the efficiency gains from the 3nm chip is going to be one to watch. I just hope Apple focuses on making sure the cooling performance on the new iPhones is up to par this time around. Next up is the design and build quality, and if true, Apple looks to be stepping things up for sure. Now, addressing the potential new colors coming to the Pro and the Pro Max, or in this case the Ultra, they don't really look all that exciting to me, but let's hold off until we see them in person. I'm way more interested in the fact that Apple is moving away from stainless steel to a titanium alloy frame, which is not only lighter, but also more rigid and stronger. These are the type of materials you find being used in supercars. And if it makes a big difference to the overall weight and feel of the large iPhone especially, then this will be the first time in a long time since using a large iPhone that won't feel like such a pain. Now, if being absolutely late to the party and allowing lightning to strike way more than twice, then Apple wins this all day long, to the point where, thanks to pressure from the European Union, Apple are finally moving to USB-C since the introduction of the Lightning port on the iPhone 5 in 2012. Look, let's all clap for Apple for doing what seems like the bare minimum, because some of us on the Android side have been using USB-C since 2015. And if you don't believe me, check the OnePlus 2 or the LG Nexus 5X. Now, this is still kind of on the bare minimum side, especially since as a Samsung user, I've had USB-C since 2017 on the Galaxy S8. So if we count the years, Apple is a good 6 to 8 years late and added USB-C to their iPhones, and considering they're the ones that really pushed the adoption of USB-C in the industry with the 12-inch MacBook from 2015, Apple low-key dragged their feet with this one. Now, that being said, it looks like for the iPhone 15 Ultra and Pro, they're playing the card of arriving late in style and bringing the best, because if rumors are true, this ain't no basic USB-C port, but a USB-C port with Thunderbolt full speeds up to 40GB per second. Now, I don't think Apple is going to be kind enough to actually supply you with a Thunderbolt 4 cable in the box, but based on the leaks, it looks like the cable is at least going to be braided and built a lot better than before. If this is true, then recording and transferring footage from your iPhone is going to be so much faster than any other phone using a USB-C port. Wrapping it up is the battery and charging specs, because for the larger iPhone 15 Ultra or the 15 Pro Max, rumors are saying an increase to a 4,852 mAh battery and faster charging at 35 watts. Does this mean we finally get an iPhone that can charge the full 1 hour? Probably not. And if you even consider the likes of Samsung, which offers 45-watt charging and a 5,000 mAh battery, on the S23 Ultra, which charges the full in basically 1 hour flat, Apple ain't really bringing levels to the game of charging speeds on a 15 Ultra. The real winner is going to be the battery life, because for a lot of people, even on the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max, it was a step down compared to the top tier battery experience on the 13 Pro Max. And even with this, if Apple can capture the magic of that on the 15 Ultra or even level it above, it is going to be a treat. Now let my excitement die down and let me come back to reality for a moment, because I can't lie to you, I'm still a Samsung and Android fanboy at heart. And considering the guaranteed price increase coming to the Pro and especially the iPhone 15 Ultra, and how I don't really rock with iOS heavy like that for the type of user experience I want from a phone, this might not even be enough to actually make me completely switch, especially considering the fact that it's still a normal candy bar phone that doesn't fold. Can't lie though, I'm still excited for it, because I feel like for once, Apple are actually trying and putting some effort in, and maybe, just maybe, it will surprise me once it's actually officially here.